We're going to be able to buy some fancy stuff. But yeah, it's Legion League. I will show you this really quickly. Here are the teams in the tournament. As usual, lots and lots and lots of elves. There's another orc team. There's a chaos team at 1730, which is a little scary. And then a bunch of elves, because this whole group loves their elf play. And that's that. We're going to play a game of Blood Bowl. We're going to have a real good time. And let me tell my opponent we're ready. Tell my opponent we are good to go. 1730 chaos. Why is my team 1200 when the others are like 1700? Because this is a relegation league. Some teams have been in this tournament longer than I have. So they've had an extra full season on me, a lot of these teams. So they've had 7 more games to develop. They just haven't gotten promoted because, you know, they didn't win their thing. So I've got more than I wanted, and originally I was planning on buying a wizard, which is great. And I was just planning on buying a Bloodwiser Babe, but obviously now we've got the bribe, too, to go with the Bloodwiser Babe. Because my opponent had 2 loners. To be perfectly honest with you, yeah, part of the reason I did what I did with that orc and gave him the fouling was because of his name. I probably would have given him kick if his name was not literally Fowler Fouling Rodriguez. But it is, so. Yeah. Let's get this shit started. Playing some elves. Well, in theory, the players aren't as good because they haven't been relegated or promoted up leagues, but in practice, that's probably not the case. Because one of the things that's kind of weird about this tournament, let me give you big Blood Bowl. One of the things that's a little weird about this, oh, Elf Turf. One of the things that's really weird about this tournament, all in all, is the whole only one team out of the 8 gets promoted every season. I was going through most of the season expecting that the top 2 teams would be, but only one did. So, yeah, it wasn't what I was expecting. But we will manage. Let me give you this stuff real quick. I will not have skills on for long because this is ugly and hideous, but there's a couple of really crazy war dancers on the team. There's some other nice stuff like this catcher here. But a lot of underdeveloped players. 4 rerolls too many? I kind of agree with you. We went through my team real quick. But yeah, only one team out of 8 actually gets promoted, which is kind of low, actually. If you don't want me to blitz your war dancers, then you'd need to put your players closer in, like this. There you go. Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, that's Elf Turf. This is Elf Turf, which gives you -1 on armor breaks on failed GFIs. Alright. So we're setting up our players in attack. We've got a guard guy who's going to go... Actually, he's not going to go in the middle. We don't even need him there. We don't need that mess. We're going to keep guardy guy being a little more obnoxious than that. We have a 4 agility blitzer who is going to become the ball carrier, so he's going to go do that thing. I don't think he had kick skill, did he? He totally has kick skill. So we're going to position ourselves a little bit more
Good news, everyone!
Carefully. Oh. Good news, everyone? Iswell1, thank you for the follow, sir. Glad to have you. Always glad to have more. We're going to do something along the lines of this and keep, how about instead you go here? Let's say we do it like this instead. And we say, Silent Walrus, you get back here. Just in case of stupid kick bullshit that causes problems.
Everyone.
Ooh, Magnus Stormcrow's following. Thanks for the follow through. So we're in attack. We're going to go like this. We're going nice and slow. I'm not worried about being very fast up. In fact, let's be even more careful than that. Let's do something more like this even. He may still kick deep. We'll see what happens. Alright, both teams lose a turn. Hard to say who that's, you know, who the advantage is. He kicked short, it appears. So let's take these pieces and start putting them in better places. Real quick. We can basically get up to the line of scrimmage with the ball, so that's what we're going to try and kind of do. Get some players around the ball just to stop any nightmares from happening, and then we take these 5 SPP Black Orcs and try to make some 8 out of 9 block chances. We botched our first one. That's a real good job there. Good job starting the tournament off well. So seeing as that's happened, and we know that's failing, we're going to go ahead and pick up the ball now, because we don't want anything else crazy to happen, we hope. Good job, Mentok. We're going to go up here. We are going to put our Guardy Black Orc over here. Silent Walrus, you can go here. And now we take our other 8 out of 9s. Because now we are safe-ish in case this fails. Wow, that's incredible! Good job being horrible. Fair enough. That's life. Well, we have the ball in a moderately safe place, so, you know, if he does steal the ball from us, what you gonna do when you fail 2 8 out of 9s? If he wants to dive in right now, then we have a job for Fowler fouling Rodriguez, who's right here in a perfectly fine spot to foul. This guy here makes any kind of crazy shenanigans a little harder. It means that he would realistically have to do cage diving from here or here, and he's got the elf in the position which would normally indicate he may cage dive over here, which, for me, it's one of those things that's a little bit aggressive. But we'll see what happens. You know, unfortunate stuff happened because we failed this block and then we failed that block, but because we knew that this one was failing, we were very careful. Before the turn even started, we took our one dude and we okay, break armor and injure my guy. Wow. This is horrible. I'm gonna go ahead and Apo that, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna Apo that. Stay here, please. What's on this guy? That is a frenzy dude, so he had a couple of blocks coming to him. Which actually would have been 1 die? Probably a 1 die. If he pushed here, not a 1 die. Nah, he got 2 blocks. Straight up. This is not the best start to a tournament I've ever had. This is not the worst start to a tournament I've ever had, though. So, you know. This happens when you play Blood Bowl sometimes. So we're playing very risky right now. We do not have a backup Apo or anything like that. I just did not want to lose one of my players, because that would make me real sad. So we're playing very aggressively without Apothecary, as you might imagine. We'll deal with it. What has he got on the catcher? This catcher has so catch, dodge, sprint, diving catch. That's fine. So diving catch, block, sidestep, sure hands is what is on the catcher. Alright, so, yeah. It's unfortunate. Womp Womp is going to stay down because I may potentially move him. Bubba Bo Bob Brain is going to stand up because this guy's going to block this guy free, so you're not going anywhere. I want to punch you away. So we're going to get Iron-Blooded Orc Man over here to help with that. I want to blitz you with Monstrous Tackle, Mighty Blow, Jerk. You're going to stay where you are for the time being. And yeah, that should be my plan, I think. Just give me a sec, guys. Just give me a sec. Okay, I guess I'm fine now. I'm as fine as I'm gonna get. So, yeah, obviously horrible that we've basically failed 4 out of 5, 8 out of 9 blocks so far this game. This is starting to get up there with, like, worst performances I've had in a tournament, I'll give you that. Worst starts to a tournament, this is up there. We have a wizard which we may end up having to use because of, you know, this, basically. You know, we've gotten into an ugly situation. If he just runs a million players into a big cage, then, you know, we'll do that. He's being a little aggressive here, I think. But that's strip ball. But this is guard guy. Yeah, you have to come from there if you want to do it. That's still a guard guy. You gonna block him down? I guess he is. If you get a push, that makes life horrible. That's actually a little risky. I'm not sure what he's trying if he's not gonna push. Not gonna try to take my guy down. Yeah, you gotta do that first. If you I thought this block was the entire point of putting those guys there. Oh, skull push is wonderful news. That's happy, happy news. Because that means that we've got a pretty reasonable spot where he's going to have a hard time doing anything real crazy to our ball carrier. He can still leap through, but, you know, not the end of the world. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so here's your 2 die. Although it probably involves a leap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or some GFIs. Maybe he'll fail the leap. Hey, he failed the leap. Wonderful. Leaps are risky. Even with elves, leaps are risky. Okay, we're fine. Wait, no, he has strip ball. We don't have sure hands yet. Darn it. Oh, perfect, perfect. That's literally the best place that could have gone in this ugly situation. Okay. He's going to actually tie up Eye Gouger 21, which is mostly okay. Alright, we need to get this ball safe. There's no two ways about that. This ball needs to be safe. Womp Womp, you stand up. You're not going to do anything productive around Mound of Pound. You stand up. We need to punch this guy. At this point, I'm scared to death to literally even just punch a guy. Because we know how that's been going so far. But we have to, right? It's not really a thing we cannot do. We have the block skill this time. Alright, so what do we do now? Seeing as that's the case. We need to get guys on this ball. So we're out of rerolls now. So that was a thing that just happened. This guy needs to get knocked over because he has guard. God knows if I can actually knock a guy over. Oh, skull push. I never thought I'd be happy to see a skull push. You can follow. Come on, you can do it. Oh, thank God, a skull push again. We knocked an elf over. Improvement. Pick up this ball, please. He did. Wonderful. So we have the ball now. It's turn 4. Going to be turn 5 very soon. Not the ideal place to have the ball at this point in the game, but I'm just happy I didn't end my turn. I got a single POW. That's honestly, at this point in the game, pretty great. Well, it would be hard for the game to go downhill from here, I guess. So we have that on our side. So he's not going to blitz the ball carrier, which is nice. Don't have to worry about that anymore. Okay. That's fine. For the most part, this guy's standing here because it ties up this guard guy, so he can't just run and put guard wherever he wants to, which makes a lot of things significantly more annoying. Although it is about to be our turn 5, and we are very badly going to need to make some progress. So aggressive. Why is the floor blue? Elf turf. He has the stadium enhancement elf turf, which is a stadium enhancement, and it means that on any failed GFIs for either player... Oh, hey, he can roll those too. Wow, really? Okay. Fair enough. I don't know what you're going to use your rerolls for, though. If not that. You have a lot of them. You stand up. It is -1 on armor breaks when you, fail a GFI. Stand up, please. Alright, we need you to do some work, Eye Gouger 21. Please. I need you to crunch some face. You have Mighty Blow. You're pretty good at it. That's a good start. You stay where you are for now, because I'm going to use you for an assist over there. Nice. Injury for Eye Gouger 21. Alright, badly hurt on a lineman. That's totally fine. I'm going to go over here. Fowler fouling Rodriguez is going to go ahead and try this out. We found literally any POWs. This is a wonderful thing. You go ahead and follow up. That's good stuff. So now that we have this, now it's time to do stuff to this cage. We need to make some forward progress, to say the least. How far can you go? Not very. That's fine, though. We can't form the usual 4-post cage here, but we can manage to do something pretty okay, I think. Yeah, that's about it for what I want to do this turn. So we can't take away that square, but we will deal with it, basically. Actually, we can make it. Do I want to? Would I rather go there, or would I rather tie up a dude here? What if I don't do this? What does he do? He probably blitzes Fowling Rodriguez. And if he does, he can put a tackle zone on me, but probably only one. Or he could come over here and do a leap by taking away this tackle zone, which he can, but there's some dodges involved. Does this guy help? He certainly helps there. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do that. That'll do nicely. Oh yeah, forward movement on Blackworks is a big deal. When I was actually talking with Rev about this agility up on this blitzer, taking that or taking a thrower, basically he was telling me to not take the agility up and to use a thrower as my ball carrier. Wow, starting with GFIs? That's a bit much. But he was encouraging me to not take the agility up and to use a thrower instead, because he was saying it's not like it's usually a big difference that you have, what's it called? That you have only 5 movement as opposed to 6. And I agreed with him, and then I really thought about it, and I'm like, no, actually, I can think of a lot of situations when I was playing orcs and that movement was, like, painful. Oh, dude, I recovered after that? You have no idea where we've been with this game and my die rolls so far. We blew them all in the first 3 turns on failed 8 out of 9s. In fact, one of them was another 1 out of 81 that botched stuff for me very badly. Alright, so he's going to try and take out Silent Walrus. Oh no, he's going to leap in. Really? That's a bit much. But more power to you, I suppose. Plays very aggressively, doesn't he? Excellent! Oh, Fowling Rodriguez, you have a job now. You have a freaking job. And it will be glorious. Alright, so where do I want to take this ball before I foul? Because I'm totally going to foul. Punch is going to happen here. So if I punch here and here and here, then how many pieces do I have left to form a cage? Not so many. Can I roll my cage up like this? It kind of depends on what happens on this block, if I can roll the cage over it. So let's say we do that first. Let's get round mound of pound in a place where he's... No, let's take a 35 out of 36 first. That is not a 2-9. Let's take an 8 out of 9. If I'm going to take an 8 out of 9, let's take this one first. I did not blitz. Because I misclicked. Okay, that's my fault. I have nobody to blame but myself. You stay where you are, thank you very much. We can still blitz. You stay, I think. Yeah, we're going to roll this cage around this way. So what we're going to do is we're going to take Endless Mike, blitz like this, block skill, of course. Push is bearable. Okay. I'll stay. We can keep doing that. Do I want to punch you with him? Yeah, I do, actually. You stay where you are. So, Now, my cage is going to be a little wonky because I did that. But we'll manage. How do I do this now? Where's guard guy? Guard guy's here. I'm gonna do it like that, though. And we're gonna do this instead. Let's form the ugliest cage you have ever seen. Literally the ugliest. Fowler fouling Rodriguez. Do your thing. KOs are great. And the rest of this is good. See, this is how you make your cages. These guys on the corners here, that's worthless. You gotta put them right here. I mean, that's how you make cages in this game. You gotta protect these sides. I mean, that's where they want to blitz you from, right? This is where the magic happens. Dirty Player did that KO? Dirty Player did a thing because it's pretty sweet. There's a reason I got it. We do have a wizard, which we can use, and there is a very reasonable chance we may have to. He has wrestle, so presumably that's what's going to happen there. My cage needs to look like triangle. My cage needs to look like anything other than this. Anything which is not this would be a good cage. This right here, this should be one of the examples they teach you when they say, this is not a cage, don't do this. But basically, here's my line of thinking. I left this guy here because he was still standing next to a war dancer, so he couldn't dodge out. My original plan was to put him up here and basically form a cage of something like this. But we didn't have that option. So instead, we basically said, I'm going to put a guard guy next to my ball carrier and say, you can't get a good block on me. That was basically the plan. Because his guard guy... Where is his guard guy anyway? He used him down here, I think, right? Okay, he's going after a black orc. That's fine. I mean, there's not much I can do about it. Push, push. Happy times. Happy days are here again. Frenzy is the thing. Frenzy into a 1-die. The round mound of pound. That's not ideal, but not the worst thing in the world. Alrighty, let's see how we want to do this. I kind of want to lightning bolt this dude right here, because I hate him. So I think I will. Just because I hate this guy so much. Well done, lightning bolt. Well done. Well, there's 150k of inducement money gone. That's fine. You follow. You stand up because you're not going to do anything functional. Pals are nice. I will stay exactly where I am, thank you very much. KO'd! You win! Perfect. Alright, so ward answers are gone. That is one less thing that we need to worry about for the time being. Iron-Blooded Orc Man, you're going to go here and tie up some junk. Temporarily. We are very slowly finding our way to a reasonable situation to be in. Not an ideal situation to be in, but things have been significantly worse at earlier stages of this game. This is not an ideal cage by any stretch of the imagination, but it puts our guy in scoring position. Which, God, considering the way this half started, I'll take it. He can come blitz me there if he wants. Probably. What is... Oh, Flux. Flux, stop freezing up my computer. Thank you. You're not helpful, so you're going to make a dodge. Do I want to take an 8 out of 9 first? I think I want to take an 8 out of 9 first, because this is mildly helpful. Yeah, that's okay. You can follow up. And now we're going to go ahead and try this dodge real quick. And you're going to go stand here if you make it. We made it! Wonderful! That'll do nicely. So we've got a number of players in scoring position now. Yeah, now we pray the war dancers don't wake up. But worst case scenario, we've still got a bribe. So, not the end of the world. Did you miss anything, Reagan Smash? Oh, you missed some stuff. 1 or 2 things happened in this game of Blood Bowl. We failed many horrible die rolls that realistically we probably shouldn't have. But somehow we've actually salvaged a chance of scoring this half. You missed many 8 out of 9 fails in the first 3 turns. But we've kind of recovered. This isn't ideal. The fact that this catcher is sitting next to the blitzer is not pretty, but he's only 2 strength. Here is a loner attempting to 2-die uphill my ball carrier. I like that result pretty good. Oh, I get to choose. Wonderful. Ooh. Nice. Alright, so... That's wonderful. You think you're a bit late in this night? You're a bit late, but it's okay. Okay, so he has no one in scoring range. He can chain push this guy in, but we're not going to count on that. We have a GFI to make. And we're not doing anything else but trying to score this touchdown. Because for God's sakes, if we score a touchdown from this position, I'm just ecstatic. And we're just going to take it on Mintok the Mind Taker. Because I don't want any extra die rolls and because he could use the SPP. Make it, Mintok! Mintok! Oh, you used to be so horrible, but now you've become reasonable. Alright. We're getting there. I don't know why he didn't re-roll that. Nice! Okay, we have to deal with one more. Set up my team. So, we are going to give him Black Orcs to work on. And we are going to set up for a 1-turn touchdown defense. Which we can actually do like so. With all my squares he can go through with 2 tackle zones on him. Which is ideal. Because we actually have all 11 players. Normally with only 10 players you can't put 2 tackle zones in every square. Although realistically odds are good he would do it with a catcher. Sprint makes it all easier. We've got Tackle Guy here, just in case he isn't paying attention to that. And we've got a bunch of guys who are big and strong and beefy and annoying. Yeah, I think I'll actually even do this one. He can do it like that. He can get this. Let's see if he wants to 1-turn me. Can I talk about why I got guard over block? Yeah. So, basically, here's the thing. I'm playing in a league where I am dramatically down team value on a lot of my opponents. And a lot of opponents are going to be coming in with a lot more guard than they usually are. So, even more than usual for me. This makes it very difficult. And I need some guard skill, because other guys are going to have it. So I think this league and the needs of it kind of make guard better than it would otherwise be, but in addition, I don't think guard is a bad first pick on Black Orcs anyway. Like, Rev is kind of... I would consider Rev my orc coach. He is the guy who I go to for orc advice. And he knows his shit, and he also likes taking guard first, before block even. This shouldn't be doable. This catcher shouldn't be there. If he was going to attempt a one-turn, one of the catchers should be here. Unless he's just setting up assuming a riot, which isn't the worst idea in the world. Do I find it more useful to set up a few steps back of the LOS to make sure the opponent can't blitz a guy back? I don't know. Like, here's the thing. There's a number of ways to defend against a one-turn touchdown. You can basically do this formation that I'm doing right now with 3 players in the middle. You can split them in various ways to try to test your opponent's knowledge here and there. You can do, one of my other favorites especially, is 3 guys here like normal, but then guys on the corners to make the blitzes more obnoxious. There's a lot of ways to defend against it. I don't know what's the best. This isn't going to work. You could do this. So, like, if this guy hadn't followed up, yeah, that shouldn't have been a follow-up, because now you can do this. You can push him up 1. But here's the catch. This guy can't do it anymore, so you still need to push this guy, the 5 agi dude. And because this guy is 7 movement, or okay, you need, like, 4 freaking pushes. And unfortunately, you cannot get 4. These guys, this is what terrified me, was a catcher doing this for the 1 turn. I think my opponent didn't know how to deal with the split 1 turn. You can get 1 more square like that, absolutely. But I'm pretty sure that's the last square that you can get. Because you would need to punch from... You'd need to be able to punch this square, basically. That is 7 movement guy, yeah? Yeah, that guy can't make it. He's 2 squares off. Yeah, he's nowhere near it. This catcher would have been scary, and he also didn't set up ideally for it. So yeah, take your Vanity Pass SPP. And we can get back to this. Diving catch. Unsurprisingly, he made the pass. If that was a catcher, he was in range. Yes, absolutely. It wasn't pretty still, but, I mean, we saw enough 1-turn touchdowns. Okay, 1 more answer to deal with. We'll just have to foul it again. Put guys in some position. Thank you very much. So, I am a big fan against elves of a defense that looks a little something. I like this. People will recognize this as something similar to what Knorr normally likes to use. I am a fan of this one. But Fally guy, you get to go back here. I like this defense against elves that want to score very quickly. This is one of my favorites. I feel like it induces elves to score very quickly. You can have Bubba Bo Bob Brain, actually. That's fine. Yeah, if he'd pushed a catcher, he'd have been in range there. But, yeah, well. I feel like that was a little doomed before it started. I don't know. But so, yeah, here's the idea. The defense is still kind of hard to break through. We've got 2 pieces we can protect here. In general, I'm not too worried about armor breaking. It's going to happen here and there. We accept it, but we mostly just count on the fact that we have 9, and probably nothing horrible is going to happen. But this makes it hard to break through the center. And this kind of a defense, where I don't let many players run through easily, where he has to really fight to put any players through at all, really kind of... If he does run players through, he probably only gets like 2 or 3 usually, and I can cover them well enough that he's going to feel pretty pressured that he kind of has to do something, or else I'm going to pound on the 2 or 3 players that ran through. That is why I'm a fan of this defense.
Good news, everyone!
Buck Dota, thank you for following. He gets rerolls. Of all the kickoff results, that's not the worst. We got a short kick, which is kind of meh. Don't care. Yeah, failed my first 4 2-die blocks in the half, scored anyway. Oh, that was ugly. But, like, I can't tell you how happy I am that I ended that half up 1-0. So here's the 2-die. Push, push.
Good news, everyone.
Prince Philly, thank you for the follow. Push, push is great. Is this guy guard? That's not guard guy. That's not a 2-die. You'd have to move a dude here for it. But no, we've basically got we've got a kind of situation where we used our Apple real early to keep enough players around, and you know what? If I take an injury in this game, whatever. If I take real permanent injuries, then that's life. I accept your injuries if they come. We still have a bribe. We are going to foul things. We have a bribe and a dedicated fouling piece, as a matter of fact, so we're going to run a dude through to threaten his ball carrier, and we're basically going to surround and punch the crap out of these linemen here. With the freebie, we're going to use Fouling Rodriguez to do some work. Here's his... Oh, a dub skull, wonderful. He has 5 rerolls, but, you know, we still want him to use them up. And... we're fine. So yeah, now, in theory, he has a blitz. There's his 2-die. And he can't really run much through. Even on this successful knockdown, like, anyone being run through would be multiple dodges through tackle zones. So, that's not going to happen. Alright. Let's base and punch things. And run threats through. Did I put hurt guy on this side or the other side? Oh, other side. Sad. Because the piece we're aiming for is the guard guy. This guard guy can get right out. Which means we're going to blitz this way. Which means we're going to take a blitzer from this side, Endless Mike, and we are going to run him up here and basically say, I'm not going to let you dirtle around in the backfield unmolested all day long. That is Fouling Rodriguez. You go here. And now we attempt a blitz. Doing some work. Take this guy out. This guy is a pain in the butt who needs to leave this game. You can follow up for all I care. We aren't going to take every assist we could possibly get because we don't want to make our defense too porous, let's say. However, Fouling Rodriguez is totally going to foul him. I want... do I want to put stuff this way? I kind of don't. Like, this is mostly okay with me. Mentalk, you can go here. This is okay. This is all pretty much fine. Fouling Rodriguez is going to go step on this dude. Guard guy, get out. Oh! Nice! Fouling Rodriguez is the man. You the man. That is one less piece we have to deal with today. Silent Walrus, you go. You're fine where you are. Blood for the blood god, I guess? I believe that is what we say. Get out of this game. Get out of life. Get out of existence. Guard elves need to go away. My mic is on my desk. Use a coaster? Oh. I never thought about that. I don't have any coasters that would dampen it much. 1 sec. I'm grabbing a lot of paper towels and folding them up to make a coaster just for you, Babette. Here we go. Ready? Oh, I just slammed that. 1 sec. There we go. Much better. So, Endless Mike is getting blitzed. We will deal with it. He got knocked over. Such is life. All the coasters that we have are like solid wood, so putting them there really would not help the situation. You know what I mean? So guard guy's dead. Oh, I'm glad you recommend my stream for noobs. I try to be helpful to new players because Blood Bowl is not an easy game to get into, and I want new players to get into it. So I try to explain a lot. And also, with all of the really salty Blood Bowl streamers out there, you know, I love some of these guys. Russ is great, but Russ is salty as hell. And I feel like I need to provide a counterpoint and be like, you know, like you saw how ugly those first few turns in the first half were. I mean, that's about as bad a sequence of dice rolls as I've ever dealt with. But, you know, you take it. Like, I can't go back and change those die rolls. That's life. Oh, he left him down. Wonderful. Alright, so can I blitz him? Oh, I can totally blitz his ball carrier with Ozzy, because he is a 7 movement dude. So that's going to be our blitz this turn. Other than that, we're going to base some stuff. Fowler felling Rodriguez. I'm trying to decide if I even want to bother on that dude or not, or if I just want to cap him off like that. Keep him from doing anything silly. Now, there's a lot of salty players out there, and I feel like it's important to... I mean, there's a lot of games where being salty is not going to help you. Blood Bowl is one of them. It's kind of like poker almost in a lot of ways with how badly people get on tilt sometimes. You know? You go... there, Endless Mike. Actually, you go here. Yeah, no, Russ is great. And as I've said, I love Russ, but Russ is the saltiest mofo. Seriously. Russ is as salty as a man can get. We're going to do something a little more like this, I think. We don't want to go too crazy. We're going to send some players up. We want to threaten this ball still. We can't let him just derp around in the backfield wasting turns. If he's going to score, I want him to do it quickly. If he's going to fail, I want him to do it quickly. So, come, Silent Dwellers. Now, over here I'm mildly worried, but we'll kind of deal with it, I think. Fowler fouling Rodriguez, you go here. And we're going to try to blitz this ball carrier real quick with our 7 movement dude. Are there any games where getting salty helps? No, but this is one of those games where getting salty can really cause a lot of problems. Do I want to do that? Is that okay with me? It's fine for now. I'll take it. I'll just make you deal with me for a second. Just basically come over and say, hi, I'm going to be a problem. I gouge your 21, you hang out here. This is good and fine. We have some guys deep. Being obnoxious. You can go here. Round, mound, and pound. And call it a day. But no, like, there's a lot of people who get really, really on tilt and play horribly. And I try to provide an alternative viewpoint. And I try to show you that, like, Blood Bowl is a dice game. If I wanted to play a game that had no luck involved, I would not be playing Blood Bowl. And sometimes you're going to lose games where you make all the right decisions. But you get to really enjoy some stuff in Blood Bowl that you don't enjoy in a game like chess or Go or any completely deterministic kind of games. If I think Russ is salty, I should see how salty Jimmy has been. Oh boy. I have not been seeing Jimmy being real salty. No, there's a reason I'm not doing the World Cup, guys. There is a real good reason I am not messing with this World Cup junk. It's not good for you, man. Go? Yeah, like Go. Have you been watching that in the news with the Go computer that recently beat the world champion 4 games out of 5? AI is my thing, man. It was awesome. I love AI stuff. Jimmy is king of salt. I believe it. There's some people who, when they get really good at the game, they know the odds and they just are like, oh well, they shrug their shoulders. There's some people who, when they know the odds and they know just how badly they got hosed by the dice, they freak out, you know? It's a difference in personality. Russ is a lot of emotions. That's a good way of putting it. Russ is just mini emotions. I would not say he is a super happy dude, a super angry dude, or anything like that. He wears his heart on his sleeve, let's say. Great guy, though. Really nice guy, and obviously he's running this tournament that I'm playing in right now, and it's fun. The Twitter bot that became racist Nazi within 24 hours? Yeah, that was one of those dumb people are toying with a bot and being silly kind of things. Really? Where are you going to go? Once you do this, are you going to run down here? Like that? Not if you fail the catch. Alright, guys. It is finally time. It is time for us to make our opponent very sad. I hope. The game has given us the chance. We are going to force die rolls on stuff. We are going to stand up pieces. We are going to get pieces on the right side of the pitch. Our, you know, Killy piece has not really been putting in a lot of work yet. So we're going to move him here. What do I think of the new matchmaking? I am not a fan. I'm going to a degree, withhold judgment until I've seen a little bit more, but like what I have seen of it, or what has been suggested, I'm not a big fan of it. We're going to leave Silent Walrus over here in case he comes over to this side of the pitch, by the way, with these pieces rolling this way somehow. I can't really just abandon an entire side of the pitch. So he's going to go here. He's going to go here. Round Mound of Pound is going to kind of hang out. No, Round Mound of Pound's going here. Because it's an annoying place to be. We're just going to try and get a push, I think, on a 1-die. Is that what I want to do? I'd rather do this first. And make this guy fall over. And flip over. I like it when the enemy guys flip over. Makes me happy. I'm willing to... Where do I want you now that I have this? Iron-Blooded Orc Man. Here's fine. Ah, where you are is okay for the time being, I think. No, it's not. You go here. And now we're going to try to get a 1-die. This is... that sidestep butthole. You just stand here. We're not going to try to push you off the ball. I'm not going to try to pick it up. I'm just going to stand guys next to it. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that whole, what's it called? Not a big fan of these team-making stuff, which I'll talk about more in a little bit more detail when I'm thinking less hard. But, yeah, I don't know how it's going to work. I think there may be a saving grace, and the saving grace may be the 2-minute pools and just the number of people who are doing it. You know? I think there's a limit to how awful it can get, basically. Like, the number of players spinning, I think in a relatively smaller situation, it may, with 2-minute pools, it may work out. But I don't like it in concept, basically. I have issues with the whole thing in concept. And the cases which are going to cause a problem are the really abusive ones. Are the people who decide they're going to forfeit 10 games in a row and just ruin the life of some new guy. Beautiful. And he blew a reroll. I'm happy about that. So this is a, you know, reasonably safe block, obviously. And he got there. Sad times. He could have knocked me off the ball either way. You set up games with a streamer on Wednesday so you could find games? Yeah, no, like, that's the best way to play in MHI is when me and Knorr are streaming. That's usually when you get the best. Although Knorr's doing a lot more Cabal Vision these days. He did more Cabal Vision than me. I was more the guy who wouldn't do that. Gonna do a dodge. It is a 35 out of 36. There's some risk. Pickup succeeds. Okay. To the ward answer. Failed. Oh, that's great. That's wonderful. Right there. That's the stuff. Now, all of his really, really good pieces are around this ball, and these two jerks both have sidestep, which kind of stinks. So we're going to have to work around that. Let's see. Iron-Blooded Orcman, you go back here, because there's a dude here now I have to mildly worry about. Silent Walrus, you come here. Eye Gouger 21, you're going to do some shit in just a second. Ozzy, you stand up because you're not going to do anything super functional at this point. Endless Mike, I want you here. Tying up that. You are big and slow, Round Mound of Pound. I want you here. I want you here, apparently, because there's a tackle zone. Is that true, or would I rather have you here? I think I'd rather have you here. I can free up Mentok to pick up this ball potentially on that. But first thing I really badly want to do is I want to try and hurt this catcher. Horribly. I want awful things to happen to this guy. Did I do it? I did it. Where you want to go, sir? Take your pick. That's a good square to pick. I'm going to stay. Now we're going to try to free up Mentok. That's fine. Mentok is free to do his thing. Although there's 2 GFIs involved, I will probably not do it because of that. But I will probably... Do I want to put a tackle zone on that badly? Or do I want to not? A knockdown would have been real pretty. Because if I go in there, then things get real ugly. How about I make a dodge? Let's see what happens here. Do I want to pick up this ball and come back a square? No, I don't. I would rather stand here. I'd rather stay standing there. Yeah, no, I don't like the new stuff, the new scheme very much for spinning the TV++. I I'm willing to give it a shot. Wonderful. Reroll gone doing that part. That makes my life significantly better. So dodge, dodge, pick up, and then I guess he wants to do a throw or something like that, huh? Really? Wow, is that the best way to go? I have tackle there, don't I? I have tackle here, man. That's... I hope you do that. Because I have a tackle, dude. Or you could snake it. Well, War Dancer getting there is not super ideal, but we will manage because it is significantly better than the alternative. Silent Walrus, you just go over here. What team value is this? I'm like right around 1,300. My opponent's right around 1,500. So we've got a number of pieces here who are going to cause him problems. I'm going to see if he is going to give me a surf. A POW is wonderful. You can follow. War Dancer, get stunned. Nope. That's fine with me. Mentok can pick up the ball and try to get more SPP, which would make me very happy. You just go like Fowler Fouling Rodriguez, you go here. Now that I know this works, basically. Do this pickup, Mentok, please. Thank you. We still have our Blitz, which can be used quite adequately here. You, stay where you are because you're gonna cop down here anyway. Dead! Line fodder! Oh my god! Oh, we are ruining this guy's tournament. And it all started with just the ugliest start ever. Wow. We are taking him to Pound Town. Push is fine. You stay where you are. I want you down pretty good. You have Wrestle. So I want you to be knocked down if I can help it. You are the next most dangerous piece on the pitch. Following up is totally fine here. Iron-Blooded Orc Man. You do your thing. A push is fine, and you go straight up. Because that is the least annoying place for you to be. And round mound to pound. You get a punch. That's fine. You just go ahead and follow up and make life real hard on my opponent here. Skillless dead lino. I know, right? Wow, he's passing. That's happy times. My opponent is done with this. And it's a tournament. I'm not going to encourage him. He can, you know, pass and not do anything if he wants to. in a tournament, if my opponent decides he no longer wants to play, then I'm okay with that. I've got 3 rerolls. You're fine where you are. I'm still going to play out my turns, like, as good as possible, though. Oh, my opponent's done with this. Who do I want to score this touchdown on? Oh, Endless Mike. You gotta score this. We gotta get the touchdown on Endless Mike to get him a level. Because I want more levels on pieces. Endless Mike, catch the ball. Good job. You punch a lineman, Iron-Blooded Orc Man. This game went awful. No. That's fine. He can choose to wrestle me if he wants to, I don't care. Or not wrestle me. Wow. That was probably not the correct decision. One way or another. This is a soft concede, basically. Yep. And we will take our 2-0 win. Thank you very much. Endless Mike with the level. God, that game started so bad and got so good. Whew. Scary game. But we got there. The Lean Mean Green Machine. We rolled a 3 for winnings. Do I re-roll a 3? I think I rolled 3. Am I saving money for anything? No. The average roll's 3.5. I'm not saving money for anything. Let's roll. And I rolled a 1. Them's the breaks. And now I have 3 Black Orcs at 5 of 6 SPP. Ah, the dead guy! The dead guy got the MVP. Do I validate? Yeah, the match is totally validated. God, that was ugly. But that came out of nowhere from a game that was ugly as hell. Let me go ahead.